We are waiting for Ashwini to join. Hello.
Hi, can you hear
Can you
me?
hear me? Yes, I can hear you.
Good,
How are
good.
you?
You. We just
I
move from the window.
sorry?
Let me move from the window.
Yeah, sure. No
Yeah,
problem.
just okay. You can see half my face. Okay, just a minute. Is better? Are we on?
Yes, I think we are live.
Oh, that's good. That's great.
Yeah. Are you
Nice to
ready?
see you.
It is. It is nice to see you as well. I am very nervous actually, but yeah.
Oh no, come on. It's all right. It's just like two people talking at the restaurant or something at the bus station. So,
Oh, that would be
yeah,
great. It
yeah,
would
yeah,
be. It would really be a pleasure.
yeah. Good, good. So let me just make
Vera.
this.
Okay. So, uh, again, let's introduce ourselves. Ashwini, you go ahead first.
Yeah, I'm Ashwini, and I'm the author of science fiction, fantasy, mythology books. And this year, I have released two books. One is in the young adult category. It's called Nakshatra of Ethos and the Abodes of the Gods. It's a science fiction fantasy for older people and as a younger generation. And the second one is The Adventures of Little Kanya, the Sonic Reverberator. And this is the book. Okay. So today we are speaking about this book, and this is again a science fiction, fantasy, mythology for children. And I'm a
Yes.
mom.
Yeah, that is absolutely great, Ashwini. So hello, welcome everyone. I am Nidhi. I am like hosting this live on behalf of the Cathepals, which again I have founded the platform. And this is the series called Convince Me to Read the Book, in which Ashwini is going to convince us to read her book. And yeah, I hope it is going to be as fun as we expect it to be, and it is definitely be absolutely amazing. Because we love reading, I myself love reading, and I want as many of us readers to come together and just share things about books and stuff, and yeah, have fun together. So, as Ashwini told us that she is going to like, convince us to read the book called the Little Kanya, Adventures of the Little Kanya, and the Sonic Reverberator. Now, Ashwini, I would like you to just tell us about a few characters of the book, of course, like without the
Revealing.
plot. Yeah, without revealing the plot.
Okay.
If you
So,
could.
like I said, it's adventure story for kids. So obviously there are going to be children in it, and it's on the line of any story like Harry Potter, etc. All right. So basically, there is the main protagonist, that is Isha, who is the special girl, and her three friends in
Isha.
school. Isha.
Okay.
Isha and her three friends in school. And there is a brother, there's a mom and a dad, there's a druid, there are three queens, and there are dogs also, and there's a pet cat and a pet dog. So lots of characters are there, and there's a grandmom as well. So it's quite an interesting mix. They're gods also. So it starts from the gods. They have their own personalities. And then this little girl who is called Isha, and she has a very, you can say, very in the beginning very non-confident person, doesn't know what is going on around her. And then it's actually her friends who teach her many things to do, like swimming and all that, and which they use the abilities during the adventure, small adventure that they have.
So
And
it's really important to have friends who support you and in our life.
yes,
Okay.
and each friend is going to have their own quirks. Like one likes to eat, the other hates maths and things like that, and what goes on in school. And a mom who's very loving, and
Right.
a grandmom who's very naughty, and she's always, uh, up to some mischief with the children. So that is a, but she's not who she is. So, and there is
Oh.
There's an evil person as well, but
Oh, that's a secret. Evil person.
yeah, evil
Oh,
person, and there's a mentor, and it's a little modern in the later halves where it becomes a little bit more serious, especially with negative character, because children nowadays, it's not like cakes and creams. They have faced so many things. They know what is life, they know what is death, they know a lot of things which our generation, like I'm a 90s child, the one who had the real MTV, like they say. So they have seen a lot of things, so we have to go according to their problems and the things that they face. So the characters are not going to be boring. There's a druid also. So it goes through historical times, like, from space to Persia to India.
oh,
So I'm
okay.
not revealing a lot of things, so otherwise it will be a
Yeah.
giveaway.
So you said Persia, and like, is the cat in any way related to Persia?
Is the cat? A cat is there in all
Yes.
the mythologies. In all mythologies, you have the
Hmm.
Shashti Devi of India. People worship the Chhat Puja. During the Chhat Puja, I think the goddess is related to the cat, and there's a story behind it. So yes, it is about darkness, and I think the story is based, of course, on the Devi in India. The goddess arises. So the cat and the goddess are always together. Maybe the guardians, maybe the emotions that they come with, and also that they're very independent cats, and they also have a lot of courage, and they're loving as well. All related to women. And so a cat can be very cute and sweet, but it can also turn into a lion or a tiger. So
Oh,
that is also a
yes.
cat. So which we have in for our Kalima and Durgama. So all these aspects are taken modified for the young kids of this generation.
Right. I myself love cats.
Oh,
If
that's
that,
good. That's good.
yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
cat is a really important part, like a small part, but important part in the story is about Kalima. So basically, all goddesses.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's absolutely okay. Out of all the characters now that we know a bit of about the characters, here, except the main character, which is your favorite?
My favorite character are two actually. I like the silly friend of hers who's her best friend, and she's a goof
Hmm.
off all the time, and she's into sports, and
Hmm.
she doesn't like to study and all that. So she's like just entertaining Isha all the time, but she's the one who actually helps her in the end. So, but and the main character is also very protective about this friend of hers. She's called Purnima. Okay, so
Okay,
her I really liked writing her actually. So, like, the thing with characters is that you put yourself also a little bit into the character, and you take your own friends and put it together, so that it becomes a little relatable. So I had a friend like that. So a bit of it is me, and bit of it is some people I've met or something. So I loved writing that character of the friend, and I loved writing the character of the mom. And it's the character of this mom is basically she adopts this girl. And so this whole adoption thing is in all the books that you read generally. These special people who are there, the heroes and the basically all the heroines, are basically this concept of unusual unique people who are there. So I know that from my personal experiences and meeting a few ladies who have adopted, how difficult it is to adopt, and that too girls, you know, and the kind of backlash they face, especially when they have a boy and they adopt a girl. The kind of comments they get and how difficult it is. And then I read up a lot about adopted children and how they would react with the mother and all that. So I liked writing about the mother quite a lot. And it was based on this lady who is passed away now. And so I really liked writing about this mother which is there who adopts this main protagonist.
that is absolutely awesome. So, as you said, like many of your characters have a little bit from real people, right? So it would have been an awesome time for you to get to know them and write, take a little bit parts of their personality and write them as your characters. So could you tell us a little bit about how, the writing experience was. What inspired you the most, and what was the like, absolute amazing thing about writing this book?
The whole experience of writing anything is just like a meditative experience. I think you are also writer. You also write poems, I suppose. Yes, you write
As
poems.
a hobby, yes.
Yeah, as a hobby. Yeah. So you know how it is. Once you get into the flow, you just don't know what is happening around you. So when the story starts, sometimes the characters just keep on evolving. What sometimes you had thought about, it does not end up the way you have. But this whole idea of writing about this series that I'm writing for the children, this one, Adventures of Little Kanya, came from the time when I saw these little girls being during I think Navratri, we have this Kanya, they feed the young girls and all that. Like, so I just watched a documentary and I saw that this concept of Kanya is very very prevalent nowadays, not only in Kolkata and all, I mean the worship of the goddess, but also in Nepal, etc. And they're actually literally young girls who are paraded, who are taken like the forms of the goddess. They're chosen and they are paraded in during that time, and they all worship her, and and all that for around 14 years or something, and then a new one is taken. So I was and they have the problems also, because suddenly they are worshipped from a very young age, and suddenly there's nothing, like, okay, now I'm a normal person. And so the education sometimes goes for a toss and all that. So this came into my mind, and you watch things, and like this story started to develop, like what if this girl turns out to be special and actually she has these special qualities and all that. So that was a nice experience with the story just started to unfold in front of me. And then as I was writing this story, sorry, this is going very long. As I was writing this story, it's like, sometimes the universe gives you hints, like what you're doing is right. So we were posted in Shimla. They're also in the mountains. The Tara Devis and the goddesses are all on mountains, and they really believe in the goddesses, which are the local goddesses. And I have been to Vaishno Devi and all. But as I was writing, I used to go to the market and I used to get change. Now, this was just before the pandemic hit, so we were still giving money. So, not everybody was into Paytm. So, I was getting this Durgama coins. Every time
Okay.
as change, I was getting Durgama coins, and I was writing this story about this little girl, basically based on the goddesses. So, I just took it as a sign from God that this is, kind of sign saying, yeah, you're in the right track, So every
Right.
time
The
I have six coins like this. I'll show you one day if if
Hmm.
you want six different coins with the Durga Ma, Vaishna Devi ka Durga Ma they were limited edition for a small time, and later they didn't become limited edition, and but they were circulating around, and I got 5 of them, actually 5 to 6 of them. Six, one is in my altar, but so that was a funny thing. And yeah, this is getting a very long
No,
answer.
no, no, absolutely. I'm loving every part of it. All like, that is what I want to know how you got into writing and what was the experience. And it's truly amazing how many places are there in this world where you can take in, uh, sorry, where you can take inspiration from, right? And
True.
yeah, it is so good. I have always loved reading. I have always liked knowing the story of the author and how, like in books, in the front page, they write a little bit of forward sometimes, the preface. And yeah, I have always enjoyed that part. So please go ahead. No, no worries.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it was really amazing to know everything that you have done, how you've taken inspiration from all of those things while writing this book. Because, as you said, right, it was a sign from the universe that you know that you are going on a right path, and it's really, really difficult sometimes to, figure things out and know what is right for us at whatever age.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Sometimes it
Yeah.
comes a little late in your life. Like sometimes I think, why shouldn't I have started writing earlier? but then
Right.
everything got a time and a place. So I used to write before. I used to keep a journal. My mother used to tell me to write a diary because I was traveling quite a lot, and she's like, "You please pen down your thoughts, so they will only help you make memories, and you'll remember where you have been throughout your life." So I traveled quite a lot. So I used to keep a diary, and then from diary, when I was in college, I started writing love stories. Then from that, I then we got into normal life. Then I started work, and then then I wrote poems. And from poems, I started a blog. I joined the internet very late, actually.
Hmm.
So I had a baby, and my husband was away most of the time because he's in the army. So I had time on hand and a child to look after. So I started writing poems, had a blog, then I started to write a story, then I had couple of, you know, pages which I used to maintain on music and all that, English music. And then I wrote this story, and then it's been a very long journey, man. I'm 46, so I applied, and they liked my story. So part two is coming, hopefully end of this year or next year. So of
Oh,
this,
there is a series of
yeah, it's a
this.
series. Yeah, it's a series.
I
Very
didn't
small.
know that. Okay, so the first one is the Little Kanya, right?
It's Little Kanya is the main title.
Hmm.
Like the Adventures of Little Kanya,
Yeah.
and this one is called the Sonic Reverberator. The next one I cannot tell you the name, and there'll
Okay,
be one
so
more. So
we
right
will
now it
be
is
waiting for
yeah,
this.
it has gone
Yeah,
into the second round of editing with the editor. So I had two more rounds, and at the end of this year, hopefully, or next year early, it should come out. Let's see. Crossing fingers. You never know nowadays what can happen.
true. We never know. I myself have a lot of experiences like that while having a journal printed and stuff.
Oh, that's
So
great. That's good.
yeah. So that was about how your journey as an author and while writing this book, right? Your experience of writing this book. Now, please tell us a little bit more about your journey as an author. We want to know, like, what happened, what inspired you exactly to just become an author. Like you said, right? These coins inspired you to write about this Durga coins, inspired you to write about this book. And yes, we would love to know how Ashwini wanted to become an author.
I didn't start off by becoming an author. I think if you write, then you're an author. So if you are
Oh,
writing well, if you write from the beginning, write through your life, keep a diary, and just so yeah, if you write on the internet, if you are getting a good response, then go ahead, be a writer. But my advice is that take it as a it's the most difficult thing being a writer, you know, because it's not taken as a job, it's not taken very seriously. From all the creative occupations that they are, I think writing is the most. People say, "Oh yes, that means you do nothing." So I'm an author. Yeah, what do you do? You do nothing. So that's well, it's true and it's not true as well. You do a lot of things while you're cooking or cleaning or talking to somebody or just listening to someone keep on talking, and you then write that same person in the book or something. Take that element. So you're continuously analyzing things in your own thoughts, and there are times when you have to go to the side and start writing. Like in my day, when I have a routine, my day starts at around 5:30, and I just get an hour or half an hour to write around 300-400 words, or edit 300-400 words. After an hour, you just cannot write properly. That's my experience. And you cannot write completely all the time for many days. You have to stop for a day or so. So generally Saturdays and Sundays I stop writing. And then when I finished one whole manuscript, I let it sleep for some time, and then or I send it to the editor, and then I start working on a next story or book or whatever. So that's how it is. And so if you are into writing, if you want to actually pursue this, you could do an English literature, or do some courses, or join like copywriting, or marketing or sales, something like that, or become a proofreader. But selling books is darn difficult. Writing books then becomes very easy. It's like, when you're pregnant, you like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. But when the child is born, it's more difficult. So so, so it is very difficult to sell a book, and everybody wants a book for free. That is the thing, because it's not and
Right.
you can't do anything for publicity. What can you do? You just can't do any drama. You can't go and thappad JK Rowling ke jaake thappad maro. You can't do that. Nowadays all the negative publicity that is there to sell a product, you cannot do that with books, because books and literature has got this some kind of a, what can you say, a level of decency which is there. So singers can do plenty of things. And we were expecting Taylor Swift to join us, isn't it, today?
Yeah, we invited her. Yes.
Yes, maybe she will join us in a few moments.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So so it's really difficult to sell a book, and then you have people just giving you strange looks when you talk about
Yeah.
writing
When
or.
you said that when you said that being a writer is not a profession that is looked up to, I just remembered this one video from Chetan Bhagat where he says that I am a writer. I stay at home and I write, and my wife is like his wife is works at a bank. I don't remember, so she comes home from a hard day of work, and all I could say I achieved in a day was to get the plumbing fixed or something like that too. So like his in-laws were questioning him as a writer. So when someone as big as him is could say that writing is such a thing, then of course, as we can also a little bit we can relate, but it's not like it's absolutely not looked up to. We as a readers, I am telling as a reader, I do look up to all the books that I read. I really pay attention to everything, all the details, and I just love talking about them. I have yeah, this morning only I was talking about books to some person, and it was absolutely amazing. You know, the effect that writers have, the authors have, it is very big on a reader's life, and I really, really want you and all the authors out there, writers out there, to know that it's absolutely amazing. So do
Thank
not think of what you are doing as something minimal or as something not at all appreciated. We readers do appreciate it a lot.
Thank you. That's
So
so nice of you to say that. I'm really kicked. You can say we should have more readers like this, who help us feel happy, because you have so many self doubts. Will
yeah,
people like
every
this?
yeah,
Not like this. So not everybody can be very famous. It's really difficult,
yeah,
because books from the library may be taken, may not be taken. People are moody. They may not take your book. They may take your book. So that
yeah,
is the struggle. But thank you so much. I'm so glad there is somebody who loves reading so much and appreciates the author. So that's, I really like it. I mean, I also appreciate authors. I mean, if you want to say which are my favorite authors, I would say Jane Austen and maybe Enid Blyton
yeah,
and
Jane.
Roald Dahl. And there's so many I've read. So I read across the whole plane. I read a lot of books. I used to read a lot of books. Now I don't get so much of time. Everything,
Right.
fiction, non-fiction. Even
Uh,
Mad Magazine and Archie Comics. I love them. So I don't mind.
yes, 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 absolutely. I also like reading all types of stuff there are to read. And yeah, it's really amazing to know even one author in person. It's really great to know you.
Thank you.
And yes, now that we know your journey as an author, your experience of writing, and a few characters, let us like a little bit tell me uh, a plot, like the biggest no, that could be a biggest revelation or something like ये क्या हो गया? When a reader reads and goes like that, what just happened?
Well,
Something.
in fantasy stories, if you tell what's
Huh.
going to happen, then all the mystery goes away.
Oh yeah,
But
so not just something that we can look forward to, like this part, pay attention to this part, and you'll be. your mind will be blown away.
Pay
Something like that.
attention. Yeah, pay attention to people who look normal in this book. They are not
Oh,
definitely normal. And yeah, pay attention and wait for the three queens. They are really important in this and probably will be different in different places. So the three queens are
okay.
going to, yeah, and even
So,
the cat and the dog. So yeah.
oh, even they are not completely normal. Okay, that is quite the twist. So there are goddesses, there are queens, and there are kanyas.
There
And
is no, there's just one Kanya. Well, yeah, you can say a lot of Kanyas. All girls are Kanyas, but there are three queens, a goddess, a little goddess, and the
hmm.
devil. So in the
Okay,
just
the devil is.
and
So
a
look
druid,
out for the normal people, but
look
not the
out for
devil.
who are not normal. Yeah, yeah,
That is absolutely amazing. Yeah,
yeah.
you're leaving us on quite the cliffhanger here.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, as a reader, of course, I was thrilled, and yeah, I will definitely try and read the book as
Right.
soon as I can.
Please.
Yeah. So everyone, you can find Ashwini's book on Amazon.
Yeah.
You can take take it from there and buy it from there. And if any other platform you can share that your book has that has
Uh,
your book.
yes, it will be on Amazon. That will be the easiest platform, or you can come to my Instagram. It's just my name, Ashwini Sane. So
Hmm.
just look for me on Instagram and all the platforms. The link will be there on Linktree. So you can please do download or buy the book if you can. It will be really nice. Promote a Indian author to do as good as J.K. Rowling. She has really made such a level in in children's book. It becomes difficult to meet it.
Eh,
But yeah, you'll really love the book.
Okay. So with that, that was Ashwini's book, The Adventures of Little Kanya and the Sonic Reverberator. And also, this is the first one in the series. So it's going to be a series, guys. Look forward to it.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved every part of the conversation. And yeah, now that we have talked about your book, I have a little surprise. Like our channel, the Cafe Buzz, has a journal called My Little Book of Affirmations, and I would like I'd ask just you can ask me one question that would convince you if I answered it right. That would convince you to read that book or read that journal, My Little Book of Affirmations.
What do you mean? What do you want me to ask you?
So it is a complete secret for now. It is a journal called My Little Book of Affirmations. And
Affirmation.
you can ask me one question that is going to convince you, if I answered it right, that question, it's going to convince you to read that book.
Oh, that's a tough one for you, because I might ask a
Yeah,
difficult one.
it's fine.
What is your meaning of happiness?
My meaning of happiness. So happiness is something. Okay, this movie, The Pursuit of Happiness. Okay, in this movie, in the end, it says that it's always the pursuit and not what you have actually achieved. Happiness, it's always a pursuit. So yeah, I would want to say that when you know your purpose, when you know yourself, when you keep going, and when you do what you are doing, you love it. That is what true happiness is for me. So if anyone, any lost friend or anyone would come and ask me what you are doing these days, and I don't know why, but I just happen to say jalsa. It means I'm having fun. And that is the most deepest thing which I could tell them with them not understanding what I mean. And having fun throughout your life is absolutely important and absolutely amazing to feel like. And the My Little Book of Affirmations has affirmations and habit tracking and the gratitude and all the stuff that is going to get you to reveal the center of your heart, reveal what it is to be you, and maybe even you'll find your pursuit of happiness there. So, yeah, how did you like the answer?
Perfect, perfect. It sounds really good. Yeah, people should really definitely go for this.
Yeah.
affirmation and everything, to have gratitude at what you have. Yeah, definitely. Great going.
Thank you so much, Ashwini, for joining us today. It was absolutely amazing talking to you. And again, as I said, it's we readers love you authors. So do take pride in your work, and yeah, we'll look forward to this series. And I will definitely get your book from Amazon. It's the title of the book is The Adventures of Little Kanya, the Sonic Reverberator, first in its series. So, guys, please go ahead, check it out. Look forward to it, and yeah, support Ashwini and her journey as an author. It's been absolutely amazing journey so far, as she said, and she's also a mother, and it's sometimes it's really hard. We cannot know what challenges authors or mothers or any person in life they're facing. So it's always better to have someone listen to, and yeah, someone support us. So I'll be that person for you, and I hope all the viewers that are be that person for you as well, Ashwini. And
Thank
yeah, congratulations on your book, and
thank
we
you.
wish that the next book is a hit as well.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me and reaching out to me, and good luck in your life as well. Keep in touch.
Yes, of course, definitely. And maybe for your next book as well, we can do this. Convince me
Yes,
to
why
read.
not? Why not? Yes, yes, why not? Why not? All ready for it.
Okay, so far in this live, we have just to leave you on a cliffhanger is that look out for the normal people. And yeah, that's the biggest plot twist of Adventures of the Little Gun.
Yes.
And with that, yeah, it was absolutely amazing talking to you. And
Good
if you
talking.
have any other questions or if you have anything to share, please do before we end this.
No, thank you. I'm really happy to be here, and thank you for taking time off and arranging this for me. So, as in, taking time off from your work and having this live conference. So it's really
And
good. Nice to be here. Nice to talk to a reader. So it's good. We only learn from our readers. That's all.
true. I hope you liked the questions and it was not offensive at all in any way.
Absolutely not. No, no, absolutely not. Though most writers are introverts, and we would like to sit inside our house and write, but this is like a part of a job and you have to get used to it. Why not? Yeah, it's nice to talk to people. It's good to talk to people because you write about people, isn't it?
Yeah, it is true. It is true. And as you said, some of the characters have a little bit personalities of the real people in it. So
Absolutely. Good, great talking to you, and good luck with your future, whatever you've planned for this channel. And I wish you well. It's a difficult
thank
job, but you'll do really well, I'm sure.
thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay. It was very heartwarming and very great to talk to you, Ashwini. We will have this series, and we are inviting every author out there who can come join us, who want to share their book, every reader out there who want to share why reading helps them or why reading is good for them, how reading is absolutely amazing. I am talking biasedly because I am a reader, but yeah, we are inviting all of you. You might find a form in the description box below. You can fill that form and join us as Ashwini did and be a part of the conversation. You can find Ashwini's book on Amazon, and you can find my little book of affirmations on thecafebills.com/shop. This was uh, convinced me to read the book series first episode, and yeah, we'll try to do our best with this series and welcome as many authors and readers as we can. Yeah, make it a hit in the future. Okay, thank you so much, Ashwini. I will add your Amazon link, the book link to your book as well in the description, and it was absolute best. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. All the best, and see you soon, maybe.
See you soon. Bye bye. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.